Hello, everybody. I know this is on a regular scheduled live stream, but I had a long day, and I don't want to go back into work. Or I don't want to go back to work, but I don't want to fall asleep. So I figured I'd come on here, see you all's around. See, Second Chance Motors is here. How you doing, bud? Thank you for stopping in. I'll drop the link here if anybody wants to come up and say, yo, hang out with me. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So, hope everybody survived this snow, or sleet and snow we got here. Started it yesterday morning. I started at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Worked till about noon yesterday. They sent about 5 of us home. Told us to come back at midnight. We got twisted down in the basement. About 5 of us home. What's up, Mark?
Just coming in from outside.
What the hell was you doing outside?
Well, I had to clean a driveway out. Had to get an area and snow blower ready to go that I sold.
That should have been done at 8 o'clock this morning.
No.
I made him breakfast.
She was making breakfast and everything.
Good.
Hey, Daryl. So, yeah, it's been a long couple of days for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to. I went into work yesterday. I was there about 3:30 in the morning, and the sleet and snow or sleet wasn't letting up, so they decided to send some of us home. Told us to come back at midnight. So I was one of the few, and come home. Didn't want to go to sleep right away, so I stayed up till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, 4 o'clock. Decided I was going to lay down. About 4:30, they called and said, yeah, we changed our mind. We want you here about between 8 and 9 tonight. So I got maybe a half an hour nap. Was in at 8:30, and they was only supposed to work at 12. Ended up working 16. That's the max that they'll let us work. I mean, they literally said, go home. So there's still guys up there working on stuff. And we got to go in tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're supposed to get some more this evening. Hey, how you doing, Patch? KCB, good to see you.
Hey, Patch. Hey, Casey. So, yeah, I've been going since, I got up at 2:30 yesterday morning. Yeah, 2:30 yesterday morning. And I've had about a half an hour nap since then. So, yeah. But I don't want to go to sleep now because then I'll be up at midnight. So,
yeah. That's the way it goes.
But,
oh, no. KCB had that C word. Oh, Lordy. Oh, he wasn't down too long with it. That stuff's nasty.
But how much ice did you guys get? I had about quarter, 3/8 of an inch on my truck this morning.
Yeah, about that. We got more sleet and rain than we did snow. I mean, we got pummeled with the daggone ice.
Yeah, the sleet lasted almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
But we've got up there at work, we probably got 6-7 inches of snow.
Well, we didn't get that much snow down here. It was just all mainly freezing rain.
Yep.
Sleet.
And my portable shed, it's done. I mean, done. All that rain and stuff we had, it actually bent the poles on the other side that were still good.
Oh boy.
So,
You know what I actually think? Black pipe. Make some uprights out of them black pipe pieces.
well, from what I looked at this morning when I stuck last night when I got home, when I stuck my head in, even the top pieces are bent now.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can use T's in black pipe and build your own frame, and it'll never give again.
I think it's just going to be a regular storage shed.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it.
No snow in Des Moines, just cold. Well, I think I would have rather had the cold than what we got because there was nothing you could do with it. And then every time salt would melt it was right back.
Yep.
Just nothing worked.
Well, we're down to probably 15 ton maybe salt at work, and they're supposed to be delivering I think another 25 or 30 ton tomorrow morning.
Right. We're supposed to get some more snow this evening, I reckon.
Just flurries from what I heard.
Right.
No, nothing major accumulation or anything. But I know I went through because I was running the wheel loader from 8:30 last night until 7 o'clock this morning, just keeping sidewalks open. And then at 7:30, at 8 o'clock this morning, went to breakfast. And then we, I got in our salt truck, and I know I put out probably six truckloads of salt.
Yeah.
So,
hey, how you doing, Dick Small Engine?
Hi, Dick. How you doing? Hey, Ken.
What's up?
Little Joe, how you doing?
Hi, Joe.
So, what's Ken doing?
Well, I worked this morning. Plowed my driveway this morning.
Tried to plow your driveway.
No, I did it.
Did you?
3 o'clock this morning.
3 o'clock. Whew. A lot of ice or what?
There's ice underneath, yes. Like a 3-foot drift the whole way down the center of it.
Yeah, we got lots of drifts around here, but I think we got more ice and sleet than we did snow.
Yeah, it's hard to push because you can't get no traction.
Yeah. Yep.
We would have started at 8:30 last night and just kept going slow. You would have had no problem pushing it.
It wasn't that big of a deal.
I probably went over my section with that wheel loader from 8:30 last night till this morning. I bet you I went over my section at least 5 times.
Ooh. Snowing in PA now. Okay. I'll be headed that way Sunday.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 49 or 39 Sunday.
That'd be a good thing.
Then I came home and did my neighbor's 2 driveways and finished mine that I didn't finish this morning, and ate some lunch and rode over to Mom's and did hers.
Yep.
Hi, Kentucky.
Doing Kentucky Fried.
We could have just come this way a little further and did mine.
I thought about it. But that's all the further it got.
Yeah. Hey, I
No, you probably already unloaded it and put it away, right?
I never load it. I ride it to my mom's.
Oh, okay. That's chilly though.
No. Got a windshield on it.
Oh, okay.
I put on to ride over. You get more wind on your back than anything because it circles around.
I come down the road and pulled up, looked over, Kind of got at an angle, hit the 4-wheel drive, backed in about halfway, pulled straight forward, back straight in, pulled straight out, back straight in, stopped the truck, and I was done. Came in the house. Shoveled out my back door and steps.
Route 30 was a mess this morning. Jeez, oh Pete. I've never seen them plow it like they did this morning. They
Wow.
plowed the far left lane and threw it into the center lane. So when you went to get off, you were driving through 10, 12 inches of snow to the off ramp.
That gives you more traction than just ice.
Oh, yeah. In a minivan? I don't think so.
Well, it's kind of like a parachute. When you hit the deep snow, it drags you down.
I'm glad it's Raft Road where I got off, and there's a lot of cars that get off and made a path for me.
There you go.
But the allotment where she lives, they hadn't touched that all night. There wasn't one plow down that road all night long.
That's the way it was. When I left last night at I left here about 5 minutes till 8. There was only one set of tracks down my road, and it was from a UTV because I heard him go down. Then when I got to the main road, there was only a couple tracks, but they were going south and I was going north. When I got closer up to State Street there, the county truck was coming south. I mean, he wasn't that far down. Got out on the 62, and it was clear. Perfectly clear, you know. I mean, slushy, but I mean, it wasn't deep like it was at the house. As soon as I hit the city limits, it was like they didn't even plow at all.
They was at home, sitting where it's warm.
That's where Perry was.
No, they weren't. They were pushing the snow up on the corners around campus, about 4 or 5 feet high, and I had to dig them out with the wheel loader.
Well, that wheel loader's getting a lot of work since it never worked before.
Mm-hmm. Nobody wanted to run it.
Well, we haven't had no major snows like we've had this year. Not for a good while.
There's only about 2, maybe 3 people they would send out in a fresh snow to run that wheel loader.
Don't you load the salt with that, or you have another loader?
No, we load the salt with it.
What, they just call you in? They need salt loaded?
No, usually by the time we're done cleaning the sidewalks and they're ready to put the salt down, the loader's back at the shop.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Scotty.
You didn't go out today, Mark?
Huh?
You didn't go out today?
No, I dumped out yesterday, reloaded yesterday, and parked it.
Man, what, are you just a fair weather driver or something?
No, they closed Palmerton down again.
I was going to say, because my neighbor went out this morning. He's a truck driver.
Nope. No, I would have been out, but the facility's not open.
After he opened his garage door and had probably 4.5 foot drift in front of his garage.
Oh, yeah.
Drove his Toyota right straight through it. He's a car hauler, though.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Sparky? Yeah, it was crazy, but
Did you play in the snow then?
Oh yeah, yeah. I did a lot of plowing.
But he didn't make it north either.
Nope. Could have stopped by my house and with that loader and moved those piles back further for me.
Oh, I got some serious piles piled up. Oh my gosh, up as high as I could push it up. It'll be there for a good while.
I'm glad the first snow I had, I plowed back in the yard about 10 feet.
Yeah.
Give me room for other ones.
Yeah. But we only got, 6 more weeks of this?
Yep.
Well, I was literally driving up on the piles from the last one because it was so hard and pushing the snow up and over top of the old piles.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I was doing.
Yep.
I used the front loader more than I did my rear blade. Because it was just like it was like solid ice. The rear blade was really doing much of nothing, but the
Right
front
on
loader,
top
the
of
bucket. Yep, the bucket I could cut it. But
Well, you know how you get the differences in the sidewalk pieces?
mm-hmm.
I had my bucket at too steep of an angle,
And you pick your piece up.
and I had a pretty good head of steam going.
Take your teeth out of your head.
No, on the inside of that machine, the door handle was a little, it's about 1.5 inches ball, sticks out about 1 inch off the door. It's right at kneecap height. I literally had to stop the tractor, get out, and straighten my leg out. I thought I was going to have to call him and tell him I had to go home. It hurt so bad. It almost brought tears to my eyes. Finally, after the throbbing pain went away, I kind of felt around and, pushed on it and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not tender to the touch, so I can bend it. But, yeah, I snugged the seatbelt a little tighter.
So
it hurt.
do we see a concrete truck coming to put sidewalks in?
No,
we don't have that no more. They're level now. Just
Yeah.
has people to it. Chip that front edge off.
Yeah, there you go.
I was very, very conscientious about what angle I had that bucket at from then on, and how fast I was going.
There you go.
The one plow truck driver was like, man, we got a big box scraper that goes on that tractor. Because I'd like to try that box scraper, see if I can do my parking lots a little faster. The one other plow truck driver was there. He's been there a long time. He's like, no, you don't. Why not? He said, because. He said, you'll spend twice as much time because that thing can only push so much. And the downfall that most people get into is they'll start pushing and they'll just get a head of steam going, just flying. And all of a sudden it piles up so much, the tires will start spinning. Once the tires spin, you're done. You'll never move that pile again.
Yep.
The last snowstorm, I had that box scraper out, and one other snow brush operator was like, man, he goes, why are you going so slow? Don't that thing go faster? I'm like, yeah, I got it down in turtle. Well, why? I said, you see I'm pushing 4 foot above that box? Well, yeah. I said, because. I said, as soon as I lose traction, that pile stops right where it's at and will not move anymore. I said, as long as I keep a slow, steady push on it, I'll push it a half a mile.
Yep.
So,
That's the way it goes.
But they asked for volunteers to work tomorrow morning, so I'm kind of sitting there, and all the other guys that went in at 8:30 last night went home at noon, or at 8:30 this morning, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I'm sitting there. They were shorthanded for operators, so I stayed. And they come up about noon and said, hey, we're going to have to come in tomorrow morning to, do some final cleanup and everything. We got some events going on. Anybody want to volunteer? Well, like four or five people volunteered. The guy was asking, turned and looked at me, goes, how about you? I'm like, I said, what time we got to start? He said, 7 o'clock. I'm like, oh. He's like, okay, we'll see you at 7. I'm like, I don't want to go in, but no matter, it's not Sunday night. It's Friday afternoon. Hey, Brandon.
Just think of all that extra money you're making. The tax people will love you.
Yeah, the tax people will love me. Because I'm after tomorrow, I'll be over my overtime limit to where I actually make money instead of losing it in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Kim even got to stay home today.
Really?
Yeah. They closed the auditor's office.
Wow.
I'm stuck with her all weekend.
They could have. They canceled classes. What time did they cancel classes? 9:30 last night, I think. They were going to cancel up till noon, and then they said, "Nope, we're just going to cancel the whole day." By 8 o'clock this morning, we could have had classes.
Mm-hmm. Second chance marriage, you're exactly right. The more you make, the more they take.
Yep.
Ain't working all that extra because they're going to take more of it than what you're going to make of it.
Daryl, we got up here, I got about 3/8 inch of ice and about 6 or 7 inches of snow on top of the ice.
Fox 8 News said we got 3 inches
Of what?
snow. I don't know where they got their measurement, but that's what they said this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe at the Canton Akron Airport, but not at my backyard, not at work.
Me neither.
Well, I'll tell you how much I got. When I got out of my truck and walked across my patio, the snow was fluffed up to the second step going up to my porch. When I shoveled it, it's level with the bottom step. That's how much I got on my patio.
More ice than anything.
You can't see my tracks from this morning in the slush and stuff.
That says you've been sitting in the house too long. Yeah, didn't make enough trips out the door to make tracks.
I haven't been home. Oh, I told Mark earlier, Ken, my portable shed, it's done.
Yeah, I heard you when I was logging on.
Mine's still standing strong.
Yep.
2 winters now it's been there.
Yours is a little more high quality than the one I bought.
I don't know about that. Maybe the canvas.
The pipes are probably heavier too.
Yeah, they're pretty good sized pipes.
Yeah. Oh, plus you got a tree there too to kind of help.
Yeah,
protect it too. But I thought mine would roll.
You probably could make a wooden frame, get some real thin sheeting put for the roof, and then just use the tarp for coverage.
I'm thinking probably just a regular old wood shed, rent to own.
Open the doors, shut the doors, put the padlock on. Done.
Yep. Yep.
Sit there and watch them bring it in on the trailer and say, "Yep, right over there, boys."
Well, I'll either do the rent to own, or I'll roll it into my roof. I don't know what my roof cost.
Yeah, mine, they brought it in, they set it, they leveled it, set it up the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Trim the doors, the man door and all that, so everything would work the way it's supposed to. I ain't had to touch it since. But I got mine, it was a repo when I bought that one.
I checked with them, at least the one up here in Alliance, won't do rent to own repos. You got to buy it outright.
Yeah. That's what you do. You buy it outright for a heck of a lot less money.
Yep.
Well, you could buy a repo if you rolled into the roof.
Right.
Yeah.
And save a lot of money that way.
Right.
I didn't want one as big as I got, but now I wish I had a bigger one than what I got.
Well, you could put another one right beside it and just cut a hole and make a door.
No, because that means I would have more junk than what I need that I have now.
How's that oil burner coming?
Good. Video will be out on it tomorrow.
Fired up? video?
Nope.
No.
I thought about working on that when I got home, but I'm just too tired.
You're doing a lot of thinking, but there's no progress going forward.
You need to hurry up and get it finished so you can come over and work on my tractor.
Yeah.
Brandon got his shed from a meth head.
Yeah. I remember when he got that.
Mm-hmm. Why? What's wrong with your tractor?
He was popping that fuse. That Cub Cadet I bought.
Uh-huh.
The main fuse that keeps popping it.
Well, just take the fuse out and put a solid wire in there, and you'll figure out why it's popping.
Yeah.
You'll find the problem. And it's very easy that way. And then you just run your new wire.
Well, I gotta find the wiring diagram on that thing to see what that fuse runs.
Does it still run when it pops that fuse?
Won't run, won't start, nothing. 30 amp. It's weird too, because when I bought it, it was popped. So we put a new one in it. I drove it the whole way from across the street into his garage. Just about ready to pull it in the garage, and it popped. But damn. So when I went to get it, I put a new fuse in it. Just drove it 20, 30 feet up under the trailer, shut it off, got home. As soon as I started on the trailer, it popped. Put a new one on the trailer just to get it in the garage.
Somewhere that wire's got to be touching something then. The ground
Something's wore through, but I don't know what that wire is, because it's got the core command. And it don't require power, so it's got to be I'm thinking it's one of the safety wires in there.
Now, does that have the fuel shut off on it that's electric on the carburetor?
I don't know. I haven't looked at that close.
Yeah, I haven't looked either.
Probably not, because it's a horizontal shaft 20 horse. What you could do is get that tractor we talked about, that John Deere. I'll buy that Cub Cadet off you.
John Deere.
That John Deere looked nice down there at the farm with all the other John Deeres.
Yeah, but I want to hook a plow or snowblower up to that Cub. But that John Deere don't have accessory hydraulics out front.
You can get them.
I know I can get them. I don't want to put that much money in it.
What he's saying is the Cubs already got it, so why does he want to get them?
Charges to the farm. Tax write-off.
Yeah, right.
True. Hey, there's Antonio. How you doing?
Hey, Antonio.
Yeah, there's just got to be a wire that's rubbed through, ground, and out. That's getting that fuse.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's in the safety loop.
That or a mouse has got to it.
Hey, yeah.
It was functional lawnmower. Then when Steve bought a zero turn, he started mowing for the old man, and he just parked the tractor in the shed. Mice love wiring harnesses.
Yep. Yes, Antonio, she did change her name.
You know, see how bright that workshop is now with those LED lights.
Oh, I bet.
Get suntan in there.
Yeah, I gotta get some lights put up. Ed supplied me with 4 big fixtures. So now I just got to get Ed to come down and put the 4 fixtures up and wire them.
I'm taking big fixtures down, putting a wee little fixture up.
Really? And it's brighter?
Yeah, I'm taking down 4 foot, like a drop-in ceiling fixture, fluorescent light, and putting a 2-strip 4-footer LED up in its place. And they're 3 times as bright.
Now, would those lights, Ed, that I got from you, would that take an LED bulb, or would that baluster have to be changed for that?
I think those are the ballasts that will take the LED bulbs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I might get ambitious and change one more tomorrow. Got to pace myself.
Well, just don't overdo it. Just spread that work out.
That's right. I got 2 to go, and I don't want to do them both in a day.
No, that's got to take a couple weeks, one each week.
I skipped last week. I didn't put any up.
Well, that was vacation time.
Right. Worst part, taking the old ones down. They're so heavy.
What were they? Just the whole box type thing?
Yeah, the ones that go into a drop-in ceiling, 2 foot by 4 foot.
Oh, okay. It's got that pan and everything up in it.
Yeah. Yep. 2 balances.
Yeah. But there's only one bad thing about having LED lights. My camera picks up the flash off of the LED lights.
Flash?
Yeah. You won't see it to your eye until you go to make a video or something.
Oh, really?
And then you'll see it on the video. And it's like, what in the heck's going on? My lights weren't flashing.
Well, I don't plan on doing any videoing, so I'll be
well, right. No, because your deer hunting videos are outside.
If I get that new box blind built this year, I might have to video. So I'll be living up there.
Yeah. Did you even hit your stand that you got over there at the farm this year?
Yeah.
Any good over there or not? Since I logged it?
No, we didn't see any that day. Did I? Did I get a deer down at Chris's? No.
Not Chris's?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any other than that dead one.
No, just the dead one that's laying in the field.
Yeah.
I only hunted it one day.
Yeah. You'd really have to put some feeders out and stuff and get them to start staying back in there as a bedding area.
On that flicker, Mark, you can change your frame. I think it's the frame rate on the camera, and it'll get rid of that.
Yeah, unless I'm shooting too high a speed on the camera, I need to slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
Because what is it? 480p is generally what everybody's shooting. And mine's the next one up. But I can change it to the 480p.
Well, it's the frame rate. The hertz, like not hertz, but the like 60 frames a minute, 50 frames a minute, 30 frames a minute, or second or whatever, however they do that. Because I noticed it in mine, and I had to switch it to, I forget which one it is. It wasn't as bad as what some of yours were.
Right.
But I also got the LEDs.
Right. But that's all talking Japanese to me because I can give two shits less about the camera speeds or anything like that, nor do I understand them. So you're talking Japanese to me.
Yeah,
Not
right there.
sure. Huh?
Antonio answered that question.
1080.
Hi, Kelly.
That could be Antonio, but you gotta speak American, not that Japanese stuff, because I don't understand it.
Not really. I don't have a new person anymore.
So there you go. Drop that link out there, Ed. Why don't you bring Antonio up here?
But yeah,
Just did.
yeah. Spray. I did do a library.
Kim, shh, Kim.
It's not that.
Yeah, Antonio's the computer guy.
Yeah.
I know enough to lock it up.
I know enough to trash it. All I gotta do is hit on. It's over. Oh Lordy. This video isn't easy. You're right, KCB. It's not.
There's Antonio.
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
All right, so the only thing that you need to know, Mark, is the higher the frames per second, the slower the motion.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like I stated, 1080p, 30 frames per second, that would be fast. That would be fast motion.
Uh-huh.
So the lower the number, the faster the camera, the faster speed the camera will pick up. So LEDs have a frequency range because they're a diode. So what happens is the frequency of the LEDs being on causes the waves in the camera because the camera and the LEDs are not on the same frequency.
Right.
So in order to fix that, you would want slower or lower frames per second. So 30 frames per second, 24 frames per second will get rid of the LED flash on the camera.
Yeah. That's the problem. My one camera, man, it with the LED lights, it shoots horrible videos. But
it also depends on the camera.
Yeah. My other camera, it's only shooting 1080 and the videos are fine. But if I use the new camera, it shows all kinds of little flashes like through the video.
Okay. Is the newer camera, is it a cheaper camera or is it a more expensive camera?
No, more expensive.
Is it a DSLR or what is it?
I have no clue.
Does it can you attach lenses to it?
No.
Okay, so it's not a DSLR.
It's just like my
Panasonic.
Oh, it's a camcorder.
It's a Panasonic full
camcorder.
HD. Yep.
Okay.
And
camcorders are different than cameras. Camcorders actually they record differently than camcorders or cameras and DSLRs. Camcorders are more built for straight videos. So they don't normally do any features like taking pictures. Most of them don't. So you're more than likely going to have to go in there and you're going to have to change the setting of it.
Yeah, because this thing, I can take still pictures with it or I can do a video with it.
Oh, okay.
It's beyond me. It's better off just sit here on the shelf.
The settings are pretty easy to change on most camcorders. It just, all you got to do is change the frames per second. It's probably at some high frames per second. So
Yeah.
if it's at like 120, it's actually more slow motion on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So you would want to drop that number down so that way what you're doing is more fluent.
Right. What the heck does it say? Yeah, it's 180.
That's the problem. That's why it's flickering.
It's 180.
You would want to change that to like 30 or 60. That will allow the camera to record at a higher speed of motion. So it will allow the flickering will stop on the camera.
Let's see.
Because most LEDs are around 180 to 220.
Yeah. Okay, Roy. The camera is a Panasonic Full HD, is what it is. It's beyond me. That's what the camera is. Leave it on the shelf. Use my old one. It does good.
I can help you change the settings on it some morning. You go to breakfast.
Yeah. And Brandon's about to do a time lapse video.
A time lapse would be really high. So it'd be like 240, 300 frames per second.
Right. And there's Mudster in there. How you doing?
Some time lapse settings like super lapse or hyper lapse are usually at like 600-700 frames per second.
Right.
That's just how many times the camera takes a little snapshot. Because how cameras work is it's actually taking millions of photos and splicing it into a video for you.
Yeah. Whereabouts do you live at out there in Arizona?
Lawrence?
Okay, how far is that from shoot. Can't think of the name. The kid's gonna be moving out there. Phoenix.
I'm like 90 something miles from Phoenix. But it depends on what section of Phoenix, though. If it's corporate Phoenix, I'm like 100 miles. If it's the outskirts of Phoenix, I'm like 60, 70 miles.
Right.
Yeah, Kentucky. My phone will shoot in 4K. I just don't like using it because then I got to transfer it from the phone to the computer to the software, editing software, and
most people can't even see 4K. There's really no point to use it.
Right.
My camera does 4K. My cameras do 4K, and I don't use it either. And the problem with YouTube is it downgrades the 4K footage to run on their server.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, if you shoot it in 4K like 60 frames per second, they actually downgrade it to 4K 24 frames. So it looks faster, but it compresses the file smaller. So it's a 130-minute video that's 1080p for me is like 7-8 gigs. That same video in 4K would be like 40 gigs.
yeah.
Right.
And that's what Kentucky Fried just said. 4K takes up a lot of space.
It also takes way longer to upload to YouTube. So like a 1080p an hour video I make will take 15 minutes to upload, where that 1 hour video on 4K actually takes 2 or 3 days to upload. So I'd end up not being able to upload 10 or 15 videos in a day because one video is taking up all the time.
Right.
And Brandon just said that the GoPros overheat easy when shooting in 4K.
Yeah. depending on your area. But yeah, they don't work very well when you're outside in 100-degree heat.
Yeah.
And their batteries aren't very big, so
Right.
And my ex-boss's daughter bought him when he retired. She bought him one because he went to Colorado for like 2 or 3 weeks hiking and stuff. And he basically just turned the camera on and shot video. When he got home, she's like, "Dad, what did you do?" He's like, "Just like you said, just videoed while I was hiking." He had like 10 memory cards full of and she's like, "I don't want to sit through all this. A lot of this I can't use, to make videos for you." He's like, "Well, I just did what you said."
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lordy.
So,
and I usually turn the camera off when I'm waiting for something, because there's no point to have 5 hours of footage and then have to edit half of it out. It's easier just to turn the camera off and turn it back on when you're ready.
Right.
That's the only thing with my Canon. I wish I could have got a remote with it.
You didn't get a remote with that one?
Nope, they don't offer it. The next model up has it, but not this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine's got the remote.
That's one thing I do miss about my cheap action camera, the little remote that I can turn the camera on and off with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use is the remotes.
Yep.
For the
I don't know. I still like my little 8-man cameras.
Yeah, that's.
Then I got that other big one that I've shot a lot of videos with it.
Yeah, I got my 8-man.
Yeah. I like him. In fact, I got 4 of those 8-mans.
Yeah, I think I got 3 of those. A GoPro 5, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then my Canon. I don't use the GoPro too much anymore because I have to use that Apple whatever to convert the clips over to put them into my editing software.
Right. Oh, well.
Misfit, I actually have a really nice Sony camera that takes the mini discs, or not discs, but the mini tapes, and I would love to be able to figure out how to use that to shoot video. I mean, I could do it. I could hook it into my computer because I used to use that as a webcam and then record it on the computer, but that thing shot awesome video.
Yeah, the only reason we went with that new camera because my other one, when you flip it out, the screen's all fuzzy. But when I download a video, it's fine. It don't hurt the video or anything. It's just your viewing screen.
Yeah, LED screen's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably an LCD screen.
Or LCD, yeah.
Yeah.
But that camera wasn't a real expensive camera when you bought it.
Which one's that? My old one?
Yeah.
No, it was a couple $100 when I bought that one. But this new one was a heck of a lot more, and I hate it.
Misfits Garage said the screen has a bad ribbon cable. Yeah, it's probably right in the hinge.
Could be. But it still shoots good video. I mean, I still use it.
Does the screen have black ooze coming out of it?
No, it ain't got anything coming out.
That's not the digitizer on the screen then. It's probably the ribbon cable.
Yeah, there's nothing coming out of it, anything.
Well, there's on digitizers if the digitizer accidentally cracks internally, it will ooze black ooze on the actual outer glass. So it's not oozing out of the screen, it's just oozing against the glass or the cover.
Right. No, I mean, you can still see what's going on in the screen. It's just got lines.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a ribbon cable. Yeah. You would have to pop the cover off on the screen and then push the ribbon cable back into its slot.
You gotta quit talking that Japanese stuff to me, because that don't mean anything to me. I don't pay no mind to that electronics. Forget it. I hate that shit.
Well, that wasn't Japanese. That was literally that's what it's called. It's called a ribbon cable.
Uh-huh.
It's just a flat cable with a bunch of small gauge wires in it, and they're soldered to a flat contactor.
I have no clue. That's too far past my extreme point. Give me some pistons and rods and bearings and stuff like that. I'm good to go. Electronics, forget it.
That's what I say. If it don't involve race fuel or diesel fuel.
Yeah. That's why the electronic people make big money. I just pay them and it don't work.
Until you get to an engine computer in your vehicle that you can't fix.
That's why I buy new stuff that's under warranty. And when the warranty's about to run out, it's gone. Its lifespan's gone here. It ain't happening. Oh no. You put a new ribbon cable, hey, more power to you. If you can do it, because I dang sure I ain't gonna try. I guarantee it's gonna be in the garbage can.
Well, I was gonna actually buy some new RAM and put in my Lenovo until I watched the video on how you have to open it up.
Really?
This boy ain't doing it.
Well, I did.
It's one of those laptops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you have to, the RAM is on the keyboard side, so you have to take the whole motherboard out. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to take like 14 screws out of it, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, you just popped this," and he's like wrenching on it, and it's like things are popping and snapping and everything else, and I'm like, "No, dude,
that's
sorry."
How we got this new modem here that this was on, because the other one it worked, but the wife said it was dusty. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pull this cover off of here, and I'll take that compressed air can and I'll spray it out, clean it and everything. Well, I got the cover off, and I was looking, and I was like, oh shit, I just pulled a wire off and this and that. I put it in the dumpster and I ran and got a new computer. Done. And she put a lot of money in it, had the motherboard updated and some video stuff updated in it and some CD burner thing all put in this computer and stuff. And it was like, took me 5 seconds to ruin that for her. So we got a new one.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I bought this refurbished Dell. It had everything in it that I needed, so and the RAM for the Lenovo, what the size of RAM I wanted was almost $100. I only paid $250 for the whole new laptop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the parts and everything was real cheap. The neighbor boy is real good in computer work and all that and everything. He literally built the computer for the wife and kids when they was doing all the gaming and all that stuff, and they put all kinds of upgrades in this computer and stuff, and more memory and whatever else. And the kid was real good with the computers, but he moved out to Indiana, and it was like, well, we ain't got anybody to fix this thing.
Yeah, I may take my old laptop to my cousin. He does a little bit on computers and stuff, and see if there's something he can do with it to upgrade it a little bit. But
you can always bring it to me. I can give it an update with Sledgehammer.
no,
It worked great.
no. I just need it to run a little faster. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta get going. I gotta start getting supper ready.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here too. I got to get back outside.
What do you having tonight?
Chicken and steak fajitas.
Oh, on the black.
What time is it there?
3:00.
Oh, you start dinner early?
No, I got all the shit to cut up. Got to make my guacamole. Got to make my rice.
Oh, you got to prep. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You gotta cook
So
it
by
on
the
big
time
grill?
you're done, it will be dinner time.
And then you don't feel like eating it until later on.
You gonna cook it on the big griddle?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna get off here or two. I just wanted to come on and say hi to everybody. Try to stay awake and
I thought y'all would have been at work.
No,
Well,
it's no day. Family day for me.
Yeah.
I went into work at 8:30 last night. Worked till 12:30 today.
Okay, gotcha.
So, and I gotta go back in.
I went to work yesterday morning and finished up. Came right back home.
So you were working what would be known as the grave shift.
Yeah, we went in at 3:30 yesterday morning. I worked till noon. Got off work, come home. Was supposed to be back in at midnight last night, and they called and said, "No, we want you in early." So we went in early, and I was only supposed to work 12 hours. Well, I stayed 14, and then they're like, "Man, we're still slammed. Can you stay a couple more hours?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but 16 is the max. I'll actually get in trouble if I work over 16. That's all our work will let us work. Is 16 hours straight." And then you have to have a minimum of 8 hours off time.
See, ours is 16 hours, but we got to have 10 hours before you can run again.
Well, you're driving that, and that's why I couldn't start until 8:30 last night because of that 8 hours. I left at 12:15 last night or yesterday. So when I actually clocked out was 12:15.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to have my 8 hours downtime.
Yep.
So yeah, appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with me for a little bit here. I'm going to try to stay awake for the next few hours and go to sleep and get up and go do it all over again. But we're only
Good to
working
see you
5
guys.
hours. Good seeing you too, Antonio.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming up, man.
Thanks for the advice, Antonio.
You're welcome. If you have any questions, you could just message me, man.
Yep, not a problem.
So,
All right, later, everybody.
Yep.
See ya.
all right, everybody. You doing a live tomorrow night, Mark?
Yeah, 7:00.
Okay. We'll catch everybody at 7:00 tomorrow evening on Mark's live stream. And then
We got
More
Daryl
live.
tonight at 7:30. 2 ATVs.
I'll try to make it.
2 ATVs, 7:30. Be there.
Everybody be there. I'll
Yep.
try to make it, but I can't guarantee I'll be awake.
Yep.
So,
There you go.
all right. See y'all. Have a great evening.
Yeah.
You too.